Ahoy, hoy. What's going on? Hey, Maurice. Waiting for my host to get here. Got the NBA Finals on. He's usually here by this time. He's probably eating. I'm starving. We are broke. We are literally broke over here. I mean, we're just eating what we have in the house. I know the sister-in-law is making chorizo. Chorizo and egg. This might be a relatively short show tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it happens when your job decides to fuck you over on a huge raise. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily them. It's more of the... I might have told this story before. I don't feel like getting back into it. But we got a raise, just not the raise we wanted. So, I mean, there's kind of a difference. It's basically just like I got like $97 more in my paycheck. And I just canceled the internet for these 2 tablets I was paying for. So that shaved off about $32 on my phone bill. So that, I mean, that helps. But it's just like when they raised our rent, that comes into play. Paying this fucking credit card off. And it's hard not to use it because it's just like, what happens when we need shit? What happens if I need gas? What happens if I need groceries or I'm hungry? You know, I use it. And, I mean, granted, I use it probably more than I should. But, you know, it is what it is. But, yeah, the sister-in-law is making chorizo and egg. But this might be a relatively short show tonight. There's really not... I mean, I got some news topics. I didn't just not get any news topics. You know, we're going to review shows like we usually do and just talk about whatever's in the news. And I know Justin's got some news. I don't know if RJ is going to be on. I didn't text him. I feel weird texting people at the last minute. It's like, hey, you want to come on? But if he comes on, I'll bring him on. So, and then let's see. It's Saturday's the Q&A show, and then next Wednesday is episode 300. 300 episodes, baby. And Mish wants me to change the show. Mish wants me to change the show name to the Drew Yari Experience. Hey, I'll do whatever Mish tells me to do. He's the boss. He owns me. He owns my soul. I'm here forever. But yeah, he likes to call it the Experience because it sounds more creative. I'm like, I'll do it. Hey, if Mish says it, I'm gonna do it. All right, here's Justin.
Hey.
Hey there.
What's up?
Not much. Just came in a little early. Just talking to Maurice and talking to the fans that are listening because I'm live on Spreaker. And
nice.
Got the NBA Finals on, and yeah, that's really about it. What are you up to?
Not much. Just got done eating and ready to do a good podcast tonight.
Oh, nice. What'd you eat?
I had a frozen pizza.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Yeah. I didn't have time to make anything tonight, so I went to Walmart real quick on the way home, picked up a pizza. So
yeah, we're pretty broke over here until the missus. I believe she gets paid either today or Friday, and I don't get paid till next Wednesday. So yeah, bills do that to you.
Yep, I hear you, brother.
And we're just the sister-in-law is making some chorizo and egg.
Nice.
And yeah, it's what we have, so we're just going to make what we have. And yeah, it might be a relatively short show tonight. Not too short. I mean, I got some news topics to keep us busy. Review shows like usual. Did you bring any topics and just talk?
A couple of WWE topics, but yeah.
All right. Hey, Kyle.
Oh, and also as well, Meltzer's star ratings for Night Champions in NXT. We can review those and kind of see if we come to aligning on that.
Oh, we can do that. That'd be a nice little fun topic to go through. And Maurice wants to ask me about Spider-Verse. I mean, I'll talk about it. I love the movie. I thought it was fucking awesome. I thought it was amazing. I was saying in my review, I don't know if it's my favorite Spider-Man film or it's my favorite animated film, but it's probably the best looking animated film I've ever seen in my life. Like, I love that style. I don't even know what that style is called, what they do, but it's fucking awesome. So, if anyone...
Cell shading or something like that.
What was that?
It's kind of like cell shading or something like that.
I don't know. I even Googled it in, like, what's the kind of animation art that Spider-Verse does, and I couldn't really find an answer. I think it's like a combination of like different animations.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think it's awesome. I don't want to reveal too much because there's a lot of people that want to go see it. The movie made over $200 million in its opening week.
Nice. It's
for an animated film, dude. Like, that's the first film was awesome. This film was even more awesome. But if anyone wants to see the movie, go see it. If you haven't, go see it. It's awesome. But what else? Yeah, it's already 8. We can just start the show in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? It's 8 p.m. Central Time and it's Wednesday. Welcome to the now known Drew Yari Experience. That's for Mish. Mish wants it to be called the Experience. So, hey, Mish owns the show, so we'll call it whatever Mish wants. But the Drew Yari Experience. I'm your host, Drew, and with me, as always,
Justin from Spinebuster Tees and SpinebusterTees.com.
All right, how's your day going, brother?
Good, man. Just kind of what we were saying before we went live here. Just got done eating. Didn't have a lot of time to actually cook tonight. I left the shop a little bit late tonight. Had a couple regulars there. We were just talking about a few wrestling things. Just talking about wrestling, and so I just went to Walmart, picked myself up a pizza, ate that, and I'm here now. Here to do a good podcast tonight.
Yes, sir. And we got some topics on hand. Do you want to do something different with the format? I know we usually talk about news and then we review shows. You want to maybe start with the shows first and then news?
It is however you want to go with this, so I'm good with that.
Alrighty then. So, we'll start with the shows. SmackDown, which was last Friday, on June the 2nd, celebrating 1,000 days of Roman Reigns as champion, Universal Champion. There's a nice package, showing Roman Reigns passing each record. It's funny, it showed CM Punk's reign, which is like interesting. I know it's one of those things that they couldn't avoid, but it's interesting now that they showed a CM Punk graphic on WWE TV. Not that it means anything. I mean, it could, but it's just funny. But showing everyone that he's passed. now at 1,000 days as a Universal Champion. We'll get to the ending segment a little later. But as far as Roman Reigns as 1,000 days as champion, I talked about it, where I view him as far as like the echelon of like, the top guys in wrestling, not just champions. How do you view Roman Reigns? Like, where would you put him on your list as far as like top 5, top 10, top whatever, as far as like the guys in wrestling, the top guys in wrestling?
Top 10.
All right.
Top 10, maybe. Yeah, as of right now, top 10. He's the greatest final boss in WWE history, for sure.
Right, has the music to prove it. Yeah, the Julian Cannon from Wrestling Court calls it, final boss music whenever he comes out. I would definitely put him on a top 10. He... At this point, he's made the title, and he doesn't really need the title anymore. Like, the title is just a prop to him now.
Speaking of title, Jesus.
What happened?
No, I said speaking of title, like, Jesus Christ, man. That the new title, Jesus fucking Christ, man. It's terrible.
Well, we'll see. We'll get that to the end of the show. Or we can knock it out of the park right now, or we can just say...
Oh, yeah, because we're reviewing the show, so I thought we were going to talk about that.
All right, yeah, fuck it. Well, we'll just we'll talk about the big parts, and we'll talk about the rest of the show afterwards. So, end of the show, Triple H come out and talk about Roman, talk about how amazing he is, and blah blah blah. Roman comes out, and then Triple H tells him, "We got a new title for you," which is the exact same title as, or exact same looking title as the Universal Championship, the WWE Championship, but with a different paint job, as I put it. Not the new World Heavyweight Championship, which is a take from the big gold belt. Not even the new Intercontinental Championship, which I'm personally not crazy about, but at least it's new, or at least it's like unique looking. No, it's basically the same championship with a different paint job. So, I mean, I was expecting maybe like a take off of the big gold belt at least, or not the big gold belt, the Winged Eagle Championship. But they just gave him the same fucking belt. But I mean,
lazy.
Yeah, lazy booking. As Cornette says, lazy booking.
Yeah, it's just lazy, 100% lazy. Like there's no excuse for it. I mean, maybe they're trying to save money. I don't care. It's still fucking lazy as hell. Like we had this title for 10 years now, right? When The Rock introduced it in 2013, and this belt's probably gonna be around for at least another 5 years. And it's the same exact design. Like, now I will say this: it looks better. It looks better than the previous WWE title and the Universal title. It looks better, in my opinion, at least. But still, it's still not a good overall effort with that. If anything, I will still be pissed off if they did this in a way. But the best version is the Snoop Dogg version, when it's all gold, like the strap. You've seen that version before, I'm sure.
Someone post a picture of it because I'm blanking on it right now.
Okay, well, the Snoop Dogg version is a fantastic looking title. It's the same belt, but it's literally all gold, and it's like it looks great. But outside it's just lazy, and this WWE again, just don't want to do anything cool. They just want to do everything by the book, everything robotic and non-natural and stupid. So there you go.
I mean, I can't tell if that was a Triple H thing or like a Vince thing, because
it doesn't matter who did it. It's still crap regardless. Whoever passed that is crap regardless. So at the end of the day, I think the World Heavyweight Championship may be a Triple H thing, and this championship may be a Vince thing. I don't know, but regardless, it's not really a Vince. To me, it doesn't really matter if it was Vince or Triple H. It's just the title's crap, and lazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, okay, Kyle posted it. I mean, yeah, that's a nice looking title, but it's just like, I don't like the whole idea of it's just a championship with the big ass logo in the middle and nothing else. I mean, I liked the first undisputed title. I liked that belt, and before that, there was the Attitude Era belt. And that was awesome, and then the Winged Eagle belt. That was awesome. Or I don't know, why not? Why not go back to the original WWE title or WWF
it's
title?
branding. It's branding. It's branding. Like that's what it is. It's just branding with WWE. And by all means, it's a smart idea for them. But they could have gone. They just give me a different belt. Like I just don't want to see the same belt for another 10 years. At this point, right? You did it. You did it with the new World Heavyweight Championship. Again, I really like the belt. The WWE logo could be a little bit smaller, but overall, I really like it. Right? I don't care if the logo's in the middle. I'm just tired of seeing the same fucking belt. That's all. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Like, oh, we're gonna change it from blue to gold. Oh, new belt. Like, yeah, it's ridiculously lazy.
Right, it's like with the women's belts. They're basically the same shit, but with different straps and different coloring. It's like, you know, you're supposed to be on Raw, you're supposed to be on SmackDown. Have a belt that looks different. And if you want to add some color in, fine. But it's like, just change the fucking belts already. Especially the women's belts, especially the tag belts. We need new shit. And, no, whatever.
Apparently they're working on new tag belts, but I don't know. We'll see.
They just better be fucking different. If I see two belts that just have a giant fucking logo in the middle, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, come on. But anyways, the end of the show, you had Roman come out, and he's about to speak, and the Usos come out, and basically talk a little shit and say, "You haven't been a good brother. I'm here to protect my brother, especially Solo." Solo tells Roman, "I acknowledge you, my tribal chief, but those are my brothers." So he sides with his brothers for the time being, and then eventually he turns on Jay and spikes him. As they're walking away, Paul Heyman asks Roman, "What are we going to do about Jay?" And then Roman says he'll do what he always does and fall in line. Because earlier I forgot to mention, in the segment, he's telling Jay super kick him. What, did I stutter? Super kick him. Like, basically Roman is the manipulative, abusive, boyfriend in the story, and Jay is the one trying to find the good in him, but he's scared. So this Friday, we'll get to Raw. Paul Heyman announced on Raw that Jay Uso has a big decision to make on SmackDown. So once again, this episode of SmackDown this Friday is going to be must watch.
Yep.
But overall, what'd you think of the segment?
To me, this is one of the best segments ever on SmackDown. Like, this is fantastic stuff. Like, again, this is really the only storyline worth a damn in WWE right now, but damn it, this is, to me, this could be the most compelling storyline in WWE history. Like, I have no idea where they're actually going to go with this one. But that was definitely one of the most dramatic endings to a SmackDown ever. Like, it was that good. Had me on the edge of my seat for sure. It was that good. I did see when Solo says, "I acknowledge you, my tribal chief, by side with my brothers," I totally saw like Solo immediately gonna turn. Like, that was kind of obvious. But outside of that, man, like, it was just amazing television for sure. I think they went over 9 o'clock. I think. Oh no, they didn't go over 9 o'clock. They went to 9 o'clock. SmackDown doesn't go all the way to the 9 o'clock. They always in like a 8:50 or 8:55, right? Mm-hmm. But no, like Fox said, no, you guys are good. Y'all have to 9 o'clock tonight. Like no, y'all good. So yeah, man, it was really great stuff. Really, really good.
So the rumor for Money in the Bank is that I don't know if it'll be the main event. It probably will be, but the rumor match is
if it's involving Roman, like, it will be the main event.
Yeah, the Usos versus Roman and Solo. If that's the case, like, what do you do for SummerSlam? Do you do Cody versus Roman again, or do you do maybe like Roman versus Jay or Roman versus?
So let me ask you this: how's Cody going to get there?
That's a good question. Because, like, it's funny because...
I mean, it doesn't matter about the fucking brand split at this fucking point. I mean, you got fucking Dana Brooke, who's a Raw talent, show up on NXT last night. Like,
right.
This is what I think. I think that they may do a one-on-one match with Jimmy and Roman, maybe, because we haven't had that yet. This is just me thinking out loud. I don't know where they're going to go. Then I think they may do the tag match at SummerSlam. Then at the next pay-per-view, maybe do fucking Jay and Roman. Or something like that. I'm not too sure how they're gonna do it, but I think this is Jimmy's storyline right now,
right,
with Roman, and I think that one-on-one match will, because to me, like, I know Jay has to make a decision or whatnot, and I mean this is one way you can temporarily, not all, not permanently, but temporarily split up the Usos, where Jay can side with Roman, and it'll be Jimmy versus Roman. Then, then after, and at the end of the match, Roman beats him down, and Roman's like, super kick your brother, blah 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 blah. Then say he just super kicks Roman. Right. So, and I'll create the tag team match. So that's just my line of thinking right now. I mean, that could be something that they can do, but honestly, I have no idea what they're gonna do with the story. So.
It's funny because, like I was saying, like I thought I had it all figured out, but I think from the way it looks, especially now that you got this really compelling storyline with Jimmy now that you said is Jimmy's story, and eventually Jay's gonna pop in again. I think they are gonna wait until Mania next year to have Cody versus Roman, being that it's the 40th anniversary, and like they really put a lot of emphasis on Rocky in the promo, because Rocky's from Philly. And Cody going into the Rumble at like number 1 and winning.
I don't want to see Cody win the fucking Rumble.
Why not?
At this point, Cody's going to be, well, why not? Because he already won the Rumble already. Like, give it to somebody else.
Well,
that would make sense. Like,
well, I mean, it's one of those things of like they're going to want to do it because they'll cement him in with like, nobody's ever won back-to-back Rumbles since Austin and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, no, I get you. WWE wants to do it. Totally get you. I 100% agree there. I don't want to see it though, because it's like he already won the Rumble. Let's give it to somebody else this year. I will have him. Well, damn it! I don't know if he's in Money in the Bank qualifiers as yet. We need to see if he will have a chance at Money in the Bank, perhaps.
Well, here's how I view it. So, like, from the company perspective, it's like, because, like, in the Rumble this year, he came in at 30 and was pretty much, like, handed the Rumble. My whole thing was I thought they were going to have him come in at least, like, maybe 1 or maybe, like, 6 or 7. So, and a lot of Cody and Roman's, like, storylines heading into that eventual rematch is that Roman's going to lose everything. And that's where Cody comes in, because Cody has to struggle more to get back to that main event spot at Mania. So by the time it happens, Cody can be like, remember what I told you last year? Well, it happened.
Right. But would you think that with this story dragging it all the way out to next year's WrestleMania, what do you think that'll do to not necessarily Cody's stock? Because it'll be over with the fans, but I guess will you think he'll still be as over as he is right now?
I do. I honestly think so, because like he still comes out to big reactions. They're pushing him. They're carefully pushing him. I mean, regardless of how we feel about the Brock thing, I mean they're still making him look like a star. So it just all comes down to who are you going to put in front of Cody for the time being? Who are you going to put in front of Roman? Even though Roman works half schedules. So for Cody, it's like the rumor is that him and Brock's third match is going to be at SummerSlam. It's going to be a dog color match.
I think they turned that down.
Okay,
that's what I heard at least.
Oh, never mind then. That would have been fucking awesome though. But anyways, and then afterwards, seeing what happened on Monday, maybe you can have him feud with Dominic. Maybe you can have him feud with Damian Priest,
Right.
which that'd be a pretty cool match. You just keep feeding him opponents and then keep them busy until Mania. And Roman, again, like I said,
But you think that him middling with the Judgment Day, and Judgment Day's having their own problems right now, but like middling with those guys, do you really think that his he will still be over? I'm not talking about him being over. He'll still be over. I'm talking about his momentum. Do you think he'll still have that momentum as he did coming into this year's Royal Rumble? Going into next year's WrestleMania, I don't think he'll have that same momentum. I don't.
I personally do.
By the way they're booking him right now, I don't see it.
I don't know. I do personally. It just all matters how they keep pushing him and how they make him stay fresh. And it's also
that's gonna be difficult. I think that's gonna be difficult.
No, man. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
And also he's selling, the arm injuries. So
and don't get me started on that shit either.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
I don't know. I think they've been treating him well as a star and making sure he stays fresh as a star because, we all know, with people that they push in the past, whether they kept pushing him down people's throats, eventually you're going to hear those boos. So I don't know. I personally think Cody's going to be fine where he's at come next year, if they do it. That's a big if. But the rest of SmackDown, the opening match was a 6-man tag with the Brawling Brutes versus Austin Theory, and Pretty Deadly. Theory and Deadly won. Good match. I mean, they seem to really like Pretty Deadly because they're giving them these big spots.
Yeah, they're more for the how should I say? They're more for the main roster than they were for NXT. They fit like a glove for the main roster.
Yeah, because the main roster is about characters.
Right.
And Vince loves characters. Everybody else loves characters. They fit. And another thing is they can also work. So, I mean, and they've grown on me because before I wasn't too nuts about them. Now I like them. They're actually kind of funny.
Oh yeah, I've been watching them since their NXT UK work, man, and man, I just by their characters alone, man, I really really like them. And again, it's one of those gimmicks that like you have to keep paying attention to actually get it. You know what I mean? Right. And a lot of people are like, well, are they gay? Well, they're not gay. They're just metrosexuals, and they just they're like into the fashion and stuff. They like they like to look good. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
Yes, boy.
Yes, boy.
Next match was the OC versus Hit Row. OC won, after which AJ hit a phenomenal forearm on who is he? Francis, whatever the fuck his name was.
Abdallah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It was a match and it happened. And why did the screen freeze? Give me 1 second. What the hell? Okay, here we go. We're back. I'm looking at the results. Afterwards, you had the Grayson Waller effect with Asuka, and a bunch of other women came out who I'm assuming are going to be in the Money in the Bank. I kind of missed this because we were out to eat, so I was watching a little bit of SmackDown as much as I could on my phone, so I wasn't really paying attention to this segment. So what did you think about the segment if you watched it?
It was a segment.
All right.
Grayson Waller looked good there, but just overall, it was just a segment.
All right. Next is you had a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Zelina Vega versus Lacey Evans. Zelina wins. Now she's in Money in the Bank.
Yep. But, no, I just said thank God to Zelina winning.
Right. Lacey Evans coming out to, I guess she looks like Sergeant Slaughter now, which Sergeant Slaughter's daughter did not like that at all. So I don't know. They've given this woman so many gimmicks to the point where it's like, who is this bitch supposed to be? I mean, the Southern Belle gimmick was stupid, but it at least got her over.
Oh, I like that gimmick. Like, you bunch of nasties. Yeah, it was different. It was different. Like, we haven't really seen a woman have that type of gimmick before.
Right. Just I don't know the whole I'm gonna dress like a Southern plantation owner's wife is just weird. But I don't know. At least was over, and she main evented a pay-per-view. So I don't know. Next is I thought it was a pretty good. I actually thought it was a match of the night. Money in the Bank qualifier: Montez Ford versus LA Knight. Really good back and forth action with these two. These two have really good chemistry. Knight more of the kind of like brawler. Is that the best way to put it? He's like a brawler, ground and pound type of wrestler.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't see it as that. I just see him as a
I guess a traditional wrestler.
Well, I was gonna say traditionalist more than anything else.
Doesn't do anything fancy. He just works, but his gimmick gets him over. And you had Ford, who's just all energy, and they had a really good match. And LA Knight wins like a heel should, and now he's in Money in the Bank, which I'm assuming they're gonna do something for Ford, where it's like, we're gonna have a battle royal with all the losers who didn't get in their qualifiers, and Ford wins. But whatever. But what'd you think about the match?
Very good match. Very good match. I mean, I'm kind of not upset that they booked this match in the first place, because like you get the possible breakout babyface from the tag team and Montez Ford and versus the hot new heel right now that's getting over with the fans, LA Knight. And it's like one of them has to lose. It's like you can't really win there. But they went with the right decision. LA Knight deserves this opportunity more than Montez Ford right now, which is kind of weird to say, but if I had to pick one over the others, I'm definitely going to pick, LA Knight as right now to get this opportunity. So,
all right, that was SmackDown. Decent show overall, but I mean the last segment was really the only thing that mattered about the show, other than LA Knight versus Ford.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show.
Yes, SmackDown is usually it's usually the top tier show. It's usually the show to watch. Got a 2.5 in the ratings, so good for SmackDown.
Yeah. Speaking of that, real quick, I actually do have the ratings here on the docket. So SmackDown got a point. Wait, that's the wrong way. 0.73. That was their rating. It had 2.5 million, Jesus Christ, viewers, and they had a 0.73 rating. They were number one in the 18 to 49 demo, and this is a huge rating for them. This is a very huge rating for them from where they are used to at. So very good for them to get that on a Friday. Very, very, very big number there from SmackDown. So good for them. Good for them for sure.
Yeah, good on them. So Monday Night Raw. The show opens up with Seth Rollins coming out to address the crowd about the main event for the show, which was an open challenge, and Damian Priest accepted. So it'll be Damian Priest versus Rollins. Judgment Day.
Is kind of like Vince McMahon was. He made some changes on the show, and I'll just say it right now. I thought this Raw was very good.
Me too.
I thought it was a very good show. This was the best Raw since WrestleMania. With that being said, Vince McMahon apparently made some changes on the show. I didn't really see it, but I saw it in this opening segment. It just didn't flow well, as it should.
I actually have a news story about that. So Fightful talked about Vince being at the show. So Vince McMahon appeared at the show at 6 p.m. Eastern. People noticed the room being prepared for somebody. As it happens, it was for the executive chairman himself. Hartford is roughly 80 minutes, because they're in Hartford, so go figure. Right, it's only 80 miles from WWE headquarters in Stanford, so it's not terribly surprising that Vince was there. Vince was in the gorilla position Monday night, just as he was during WrestleMania weekend. But the word backstage is that the operation of Raw on June 5th was nothing close to the chaos that happened on the infamous Monday after Mania, which was said to have sunk morale. However, Fightful did note that McMahon continues to call in changes, leading to some late rundowns or segments being outright cut. All the while, internal memos indicated that Monday Night's Raw was the highest ever grossing weekly show in Hartford market for WWE, continuing its recent trend of breaking such records. I have another story right here. Let me pull it up real quick. Backstage update on Vince's involvement with WWE Raw and talent reactions. I'm sorry. Vince McMahon did not run things from gorilla position, contrary to other reports that resurfaced last night. Instead, McMahon reworked quote-unquote elements of the show, changing the order in segments to greater fit his vision. Previously, his changes had been last minute, which has created a frantic atmosphere, but the situation was not believed to be overly stressful this week. There reportedly wasn't much resentment or anger about the situation regarding him being there after everything that has happened. One talent claimed that the Band-Aid has already been ripped off in regards to McMahon, and that there is a general understanding and belief that he is back on the throne in charge of things, even when he isn't around on a weekly basis, as has been the case since he returned to WWE in official capacity. It is known by everyone backstage that he is the one in charge, and whatever he wants to happen will happen. The executive chairman is making tweaks to the show regularly since April, although that has been done remotely. And yeah, that's really about it. So that was Fightful Select's news bit for the supposed news. But so the show opened up with Seth Rollins coming out.
But by the way, who the fuck said that? Oh, Vince is. I think Vince is fully back in charge. He's pretty much in control. You don't need a fucking paywall. You don't need to pay these fucking clowns and you know to get that information. Look, I told you, I can see the shows, and I can see the quality shows that Vince has a hand in it. Like just use and use your head and put the lines together. You know what I mean? Put the dots together. Where the phrase is. And you can see that, okay, this is Vince inspired, so as long as you're doing that when you're watching professional wrestling or WWE in this case, like you can see who influences what on what shows, you know what I mean? Like, right. You can see a Triple H show versus a Vince McMahon show versus I don't know, this is more of a Triple H decision. Oh no, this is more of a Vince McMahon decision. You know what I mean? Like you can see it. You can clearly see it. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion though. So.
Right. Yeah, because this show was kind of like the pacing was weird, but it was still an enjoyable Raw.
It was a really good show. I really liked the show.
But yes, Damian Priest comes out with Finn, and then Seth kind of goats Damian into like, "Hey, why don't you fight me without your buddies?" And then Damian says, "I can win without the Judgment Day." And then Finn gives him that look, like what the fuck? So that I guess sets up a problem with the Judgment Day, which will...
Finn gave him the side eye, so I can see, and this is good. This is good for Damian Priest. I think he can be a breakout babyface for sure. Not like how he was, when he was the United States champion. Because that got boring very quickly. I think this is a good chance for Damian Priest here. You know what I mean? So he may be one of the. I think at the end of this all, he may end up being the breakout star of 2023 when it's all said and done. Him and Dom, obviously. You know what I mean? Those probably be the two, but yeah, man, this is good for him. And it looks like the ball's starting to get rolled on this a little bit. So this may be a slow burn, maybe past SummerSlam for this.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's weird because you see a lot of baby faces that get over as a baby face, but you notice as soon as they become a heel, that's when they become more over with the crowd because people, they want to see more of an edge to a character. And when Seth was being, or not Seth, Damian was being, what they call him, the Archer, the something Archer?
Archer of infamy.
Yeah, I mean, he was cool and it was awesome, but it's just like you don't really have a lot of depth to your character other than, you're a kick-ass, you're an ass kicker, and you have, cool moves, you have a cool entrance. Right. You need more personality. And ever since he joined Judgment Day, he's had more personality. He looks more comfortable out there. So, I mean, granted, he's also like 40, so if you're going to push him like right now, kind of like with LA Knight. So, the sky's the limit for Damian. Like, the guy looks like a star, he talks like a star, and he walks like a star. So, I'm hoping for good things, nothing but good things. First match of the night was a Money in the Bank qualifier for the women. You had Becky Lynch versus Sonya Deville. Becky won. Granted, there was, I guess, some interference, but not really, by Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark. It was a match. It happened. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I honestly thought, for a second, like Trish and Zoe were going to interfere and cost her the match, but they want the women's Money in the Bank match to have bigger stars, I guess, but which I agree with. It's a business thing. I wholeheartedly agree with, but we'll see. But what'd you think about the match?
It was all right. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. It was all right.
All right. Next, you had a match that wasn't even televised, not televised, but promoted. Yeah. It was based off of a segment. So Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are still feuding with Imperium, and then Angry Kevin Owens, as I call him. I love Angry Kevin Owens. It's funny. And Gunther, again, I think we talked about it last week or the week before. Gunther is showing more personality since going to Raw. Like, he's talking more, and it works because he doesn't need to do the yelly big guy thing. He talks really calmly, and he talks very eloquently. You can picture him having like a glass of wine and just telling you how he feels about you and how he's going to kill you. And then he's telling Kevin Owens, you need to get your anger in order. I can show you. And then Kevin's just like, why are you talking to me like that? Let's have a match, you and me, now. And he's just like walking really fast to the ring. So and that comes back to what you were saying about Raw earlier, is that Vince switched a lot of things around. This obviously wasn't a match that was planned, or maybe it was, I don't know. But we got Gunther and Kevin Owens next. So talk about the match real quick. I'm gonna use the restroom.
This to me was possibly WWE's TV match of the year so far. Excellent match, excellent back and forth. A lot of good false fantasy. Gunther was gonna win though. Like, seriously, you knew Gunther was gonna win, but a lot of good spots back and forth. Kevin looked great here. He looked strong in this match. Obviously, Gunther looked strong here in this match here. I could have done without the interference at the end with the ending of the match, but overall, I thought this match was great. Drama build. The fans were very much so into it. Possibly TV, and I don't want to say TV match of the year, but as far as overall, but I definitely, to me, I think, in my opinion at least, this is possibly the TV match of the year for WWE. And with that too as well, Gunther has TV match of the year for WWE, and possibly match of the year so far overall in WWE, with that triple threat match with him, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So yeah, man, very good match overall. This is what you want to see on Monday nights. You want to see great wrestling like this. This is what's gonna, have fans be more invested in the shows, because they're gonna, maybe see at least one great match a week. And with this here, with the new, I don't really want to call it a brand split, but if WWE is claiming it to be a brand split, then I think this is a very good thing for them, and hopefully we'll continue to see more like this, more stuff like this going forward. I think Drew's still in the restroom, so there you go. Drew's in the restroom right now, doing his restroom shtick. I don't have a lot to say here at this particular point in time, other than hope you guys are having a great day out there. Hope you guys are having a great day out there, for sure. great day, great week. Is anyone watching? I'll pose this question: what you guys are watching tonight on TV? Anything? Are you guys watching anything interesting tonight on TV? Marie says, not really. Okay, cool. Well, let's see. You're watching AEW in the background? Okay, cool. Yeah, I got two TVs on here. I got two TVs on over here, so. So I got the game on over here right now. Miami is down by 3. Down by 4. Sorry. Jokic is at the free throw line here. So. Okay, I don't know where Drew's at. I mean, he said he went to the restroom. I don't know if he went to go fall in the toilet. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, I have news stories here, but I don't want to get into them as of yet, unless in case Drew talks about them. So it's like, we're kind of at a standstill right now. I don't know much more I can say about the match other than what I said already. I also have later in the podcast here, I'll have Dave Meltzer's match ratings for NXT Battleground and the match ratings for Night of Champions, and we'll just kind of I'll have Drew guess the match rating and see if it matches up with what he gave it as. So that'll be a fun little game. Let's see. Okay, he did more than the restroom at this point. I don't know. The hemp belt was pretty cool. Hemp belt was pretty cool. The Planet's champion Daniel Bryan. Daniel's son. Who I want to win the NBA Finals? I mean, I'm not really going for anyone. It'll be cool to see Miami win because they're the 8th seed and no 8 seed has done it before. You know what I mean? So it'll be cool to see Miami win. I'm predicting Miami to win the finals. I just think that they are more more gritty. They're more hungry. You need that in a this far in the playoffs. The Miami doesn't have more talent than Denver, Actually, Miami doesn't have more talent than possibly all the teams that they play. Probably with the exception of the Knicks. But Miami has one thing over all these teams that they play in the playoffs. They are more hungry. They have more drive. It seems like they give a better effort on the defensive side of the ball as well, more than anything else. But if Denver wins, I mean, that'll be cool to see their first championship. Jokic, again, his first championship. This is their first NBA final, so that'll be pretty cool to see too. But my prediction remains Miami.
Um.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know you were back already. Well, I mean, not already, but yeah.
I arrived moments ago. Yeah, Miami and Denver. That's tough because, like, I was gonna say Denver because I think Denver, they're not one of those teams that goes through the motions like a Boston or any other team. Like they're very consistent. But that last game, Jokic only had 4 or 5 assists, and they really did a good job at locking up Jamal Murray. So it's one of those things of it's anyone's game. Like if Miami wins, I'll be happy because Jimmy Butler got his ring. He literally carried this team without really having to carry this team. When you look at this team, it's a team full of the island of misfit toys. You have Sam. What was it? Gary? What's his name? Vincent, the point guard.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't even drafted. He's now starting in the NBA Finals. He had the point guard, number 16, whose name I'm blanking on. Oh, Caleb Martin. There you go. Starting for an NBA Finals team. They don't even have Tyler Hero. They lost him in the beginning of the playoffs.
I think losing Tyler Hero helped them. Tyler Hero can't play no fucking defense, and he makes bad. He's a really good player, but he makes terrible. He has terrible decision making, which I think could have affected them especially in the Boston series. I think that could have affected them greatly. So, are they a better team with Tyler Hero? In the regular season, yes. In the playoffs, no.
All right. And then you have Kevin Love and Lowry coming off the bench, and those are former All-Stars and former champions. So it's just and then Eric Spoelstra, who's a guy who's, to me, is a very underrated coach, and it seems we're saying underrated because the guy's been with the Heat since '97, and he was a video coordinator.
Yeah.
And then eventually he became the head coach, and then the story was that when they brought in LeBron and Chris Bosh, and of course they already had Dwayne Wade. The story is that when they were off to kind of a rocky start in that first season, LeBron and Dwayne Wade were trying to get him fired. They went to Pat Riley and were trying to convince Pat Riley to come out of retirement to be their coach, but Pat Riley stuck by Eric Spoelstra, and eventually they won 2 championships together. And LeBron eventually had respect, or he ended up giving respect to Spoelstra. So, and he's been the coach ever since then. He got him to the finals in 2020. Granted, it was the bubble championship, but he still got him to the finals.
Yep.
And they held their own against the Lakers. So, and now they're back in the finals again as the 8th seed. So, good. Good on the Heat. If they win, that'll be awesome. If the Nuggets win, that'll be awesome. I'm glad for basketball. This is a good basketball series, and not the Golden State Warriors jacking up threes, or any other team jacking up threes. This is how basketball should be played. That's just my opinion. But
to be to be frank, Denver is probably the team that not jacks up the most threes in the NBA, but I think they're in the top 3.
Right.
They're just jacking up threes.
Because it's so Joe Numbers on the Soup, he was equating basketball to wrestling, where he said that in wrestling nowadays it's all about flash and flash and substance, and not about quality. And the Young Bucks are kind of the perpetrators of that. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and all that. And then he was equating that to the NBA, where when the Golden State Warriors started being the team they were back in 2013, that's what basketball pretty much became. It became all about flash, and the media they shit on fucking Jokic because he's not flashy enough, even though the guy averages a triple-double.
To be honest, I don't see that argument, because it's been that way for fucking years. Because guess what? The Spurs never got any fucking credit in the media either. And who they were talking about? They were talking about like Allen Iverson. They were talking about fucking, Baron Davis and all these other guys. So it's been that way for years and years. I think basketball just evolved as far as the way that analytics is so involved with basketball now, where it's like, hey, it'll be better if you build your team around shooters and if you put up more threes. Analytics shows that, hey, if you put up more threes, you will score more points. Eventually, due to the statistics. So I really just think that basketball has evolved, not necessarily because of Flash per se. Basketball by itself is a flashy sport. It's been flashy since like fucking Dr. J, right? Dr. J with his fucking afro doing, dunks. Back then, that was considered flashy. It was like, no. You're not supposed to be dunking the ball on people. That's a technical foul and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? And, when Jordan first came out, oh my goodness, they thought this guy was fucking, killing basketball. Pretty much at this point, as far as the way he played the game. And, he's doing, these windmills and, he's, sticking his tongue out and he shoots like, 35 times a game and all this stuff. So I think that argument is just more of basketball just, evolved more than just flash, because basketball is a flash sport in general. Not like baseball or golf or anything like that.
Well, yeah, everything evolves. Everything has to evolve. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, like, in this era of, it's all about shooting threes, it's all about, doing fancy moves, you see a guy like Jokic who averages a triple-double, but he's not the most athletic-looking guy. He doesn't really do anything that's, overly crazy, but the guy averages a triple-double in his sleep. But yet...
his passes, I don't know if you've seen his passes. This guy's doing, like, behind the back,
Right.
Yeah, but everyone has their own
apart.
flash. Like, if you're that good, like a Jokic or like a Joel Embiid or
Right.
Steph Curry, LeBron James, you have to have some type of flash in your game.
Right.
So... But yeah, I digress.
Right, but it's just, I guess we'll get back to the show. But like, you look at like a guy like Antetokounmpo, the guy is built like a fucking house. Joel Embiid is a beast, and then you see Jokic, and he's just like kind of gangly looking and really out of shape, and doesn't really move that fast. But he kind of has old school mentality to him. Like he'll play in the post a lot, which is
kind of like Tim Duncan.
Yeah, and it's just, Jokic does shoot threes, but he doesn't make that his whole game. He'll make the post his game, and they'll do like really nice behind the back passes. So
yeah, as he should. He's a center, so he will have that post game. But he can spread the floor as well. Someone like Steph Curry, he's a guard and he's a damn, possibly. Some people say maybe the best point guard of all time. I don't see that, but if you put him top 5, I definitely won't argue that. But he's the best shooter in NBA history for sure. I don't think has anyone seen a shooter like him. And
nope.
And plus he has the handle as well to have it. He has great ball handling too as well. So, but you can't just get by on a simple crossover, like Tim Hardaway did it. Like if that's all in your repertoire, like you don't make the NBA. So you need to have, an in and out. You need to have a hezzy. You need to have a behind the back, between the legs. You need to have that in order to in another 10, 15 years from now, there's going to be something even more that's going to involve the game even more as well. So, the game evolves along with the NFL, right? The NFL evolved with, because back in the day, like 25 years ago, what was it? Mostly running plays and slowing the game down, and and that's why you had 25 years ago a lot of low ass NFL scores. Now NFL has the highest scoring ever because A, the rules is different, but also B, they throw the ball a ton. Throw the ball on first down, second down, third down, and teams are averaging 25, 30 points a game in some cases. I think I'm not too sure on baseball, but I think baseball scoring is up as well. I know hockey scoring is up as well. So everything's evolving to me. This is just my guess, just to make the sports more digestible and more, more easier to watch. But there's a conspiracy to everything. That's my conspiracy.
All right. So right before I had to go to the restroom, we got to Gunther and Kevin Owens. Great match. Obviously, I mean, both guys can work. Both guys are grapplers. They're brawlers. It's funny because like the match kind of started out a little slow. I think the audience was trying to like get used to the match because this wasn't an advertised match. But later on down the line, the crowd was really getting used to the match, and of course there was like interference from Imperium, and Sammy was right there, and there was at the end of the match, Gunther goes for a roll up and gets the win, which I didn't like personally. I mean, a guy like Gunther shouldn't win with a roll up. I mean, I don't know if maybe they were trying to protect Kevin Owens and Gunther. I get Gunther, but it's just, if anything, this match probably should have ended in a double DQ. I mean, that's just me, because it's just the idea of Gunther winning with a roll up is just silly. So I wouldn't mind seeing this match again under like better advertising,
bigger circumstances. Yeah, bigger,
right?
Something that's bigger than that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a pay-per-view match. But what did you think about the match?
Oh, yeah, I explained it already. I thought this was possibly the TV match of the year so far in WWE. Yeah, but I went into great detail about the match here already. I think it's a TV match of the year for WWE so far. Gunther has match of the year to me in WWE right now with this WrestleMania match, and the best TV match of the year for WWE. So, very, very good match.
All right. And next you had Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defeating the debuting Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. There was a vignette showing Carter and Chance, which I actually like the vignette. It actually, to me, if you're debuting a babyface tag team that you want the audience to be more familiar with, I think that was the right way to do it, in my opinion. Because they came off as really likable. They came off as people that you want to hang out with and be around, and they just seem like likable people, and they actually seem like they're friends in real life. I had no idea Kaden Carter played basketball in NCAA. Kaden Carter, I knew about her past. I think she actually ran through here in San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken. But you did all that, and you have them debut against the tag team champions. So I don't know if that was a smart thing to do, but yeah.
I think it was the smart thing to do. They had a great match. They are the best women's tag team in WWE right now. Period. I mean, probably the only women's tag team in WWE outside of Ronda and Shayna, to be honest. But like real tag team, not like a makeshift thrown together tag team, like a real tag team. But they look very impressive in this match. I think they did the right thing here. It basically is to show them like, hey, we can hang with these women. We can't beat them now, but we can beat them eventually. And I think eventually that I think Ronda and Shane may have these titles for a little while. I don't see why they will just give up these titles here. I think they'd be the ones to take titles off of them if everything goes well. They look that good in this match. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, like Case and Kanzaro, with their 450 splash, that neckbreaker combination. Love that finisher. They have some of the best. They have some of the best finishers, one of the best finishers, I should say, in WWE right now with that maneuver there. But I think this did them well more than harm at the end of the day, because they got a great reaction from the crowd, showing that they almost beat Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And I think going forward, I think this could give them some momentum.
All right. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, you're right. Chance and Carter are probably, they're not just the best women's tag team, they're the best booked tag team, because they actually look like a tag team. Every other women's tag team just seemed like they were a makeshift team, whereas these two have been a team for a really long time, and you can buy them as a team. You can buy them as friends because they're more than likely like really good friends outside of wrestling. So,
oh, definitely are. Like, you just look at their Instagrams and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kaden Carter is she's got some cake on her. That's a good looking woman. But good match. Next is you had Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and in a no contest after Bronson Reed came out. I thought good match, decent match. They really are back behind the Nakamura train. They're really pushing him as a star again. I don't know, just one little thing bothers me. I don't like Nakamura's get up. Like, I don't like that they're making him, I don't know, maybe he wants to dress like that, or they're having him dress like a figure skater or whatever that's supposed to be, but whatever. But Nakamura is still going out there, wrestling like it's fucking 2016 all over again. But and then Ricochet's Ricochet. You put him in the ring with somebody that can lead, and he's gonna do great. And he looks like he's having fun. So, and then Reed comes out, so I'm assuming we're gonna have a program with Nakamura and Reed, which I'd be fine with. I mean, Reed actually got a reaction when he came out and disrupted the match.
Yeah. They were saying like Bronson sucks, which, yeah, that's a great sign there. But yeah, good match overall between these two here. Bronson and Reed coming out, getting, that's definitely getting some heat there. But yeah, I was fairly pleased with this match and what they did afterwards. So
next, you had Miz TV with Cody Rhodes. Cody talking about Brock, and then Miz saying, "I brought out another generational talent, Dominic Mysterio." Dominic with Rhea, of course, because he can't go anywhere without mommy. He comes out to talk a little bit of shit to Cody, calling him a deadbeat dad, just like his deadbeat dad. And then Cody proceeding just to talk a little bit of shit to Dominic, saying, Ray wasn't perfect. He made some mistakes. I'm looking at it right now. And then said, your prison tattoos are worse than my tattoos. And he talks a little bit. He talks more shit to Dom. Dom walks away, but then Dom ends up slapping Cody, and then of course he hides behind Rhea because nobody's gonna hit Rhea yet. And then turns around and hits Miz in the face. So I don't know if they're gonna do this as a match next week, or maybe wait for this down the line. But what'd you think about the segment?
I was okay with it.
Right.
I mean, I didn't really have much. I was okay with it. I hate Miz TV. I hate the whole part. But the heat that Dom gets is very good as well, and maybe this will lead to Cody versus Dom, or I'm pretty sure they may have a match against each other at some point. But yeah, overall, I thought. I was decently okay with it.
And then, what the hell's her name? Brandy put up a tweet saying, Poppy won't hit Mommy, but Mommy will. Or her, of course, referring to her. And then I think Rhea replied to it. Let me pull up her tweet real quick. Okay. Did she share? Is it up here? Did she take it down? I thought she replied to it. Oh, never mind. But yeah, supposedly Rhea replied to it. I literally just can't find the fucking reply, but whatever. But yeah, good segment. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Cody and Dom feud. I mean, this could do wonders for Dom.
Absolutely, yeah.
Working with a guy like Cody, who, I mean, I've said Dom being with Judgment Day is the best thing to happen for him, not just because he's getting the massive heel heat anywhere he goes, but it's like he's really improved in the ring. Being around other wrestlers to kind of show him how to work. Put him in the ring with Cody, a guy who can lead, like, it can do wonders for him. Like, you have You have the biggest babyface in the company versus one of the biggest heels in the company. Probably the biggest heel. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that if that happens. Next, you have Money in the Bank qualifying match. Zoe Stark defeating Natalya. Zoe winning. So Zoe and Becky are in Money in the Bank, so good for them. And lastly, or I guess the last match before the main event, Indus Sher beat down Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. The match didn't even happen because they just beat the shit out of Cedric Alexander. But what are your thoughts on Indus Sher?
My thoughts? They're going to win the tag team titles from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
All right. I mean, I wouldn't mind that because they look like a fucking tag team. They're massive and they're intimidating. So.
I'd rather not have them win. I like Veer. I do like Veer. I don't know if you see him on social media. This guy has incredible style. Like, let me tell you, and he does have some character to him. But no, I'm not. No, I don't want to see them win the tag team titles. And you know what? You know what? They may beat them. The India show that's going to happen later this year. That's probably where it's going to happen at. Unfortunately. So there you go.
All right, so that was Raw. Raw was actually pretty good. It was the best Raw we've seen in a while. So
best Raw in like the last 7-8 weeks, however long WrestleMania was ago.
All right, let me pull up NXT results. Okay, so I watched NXT last week. It was a decent show. Unfortunately I missed it last night because I was at the movies. So I did see what happened. I saw results. So I'm just going by Bleacher Report. So the show I'm pretty sure the show was good. So the show opens with Ilya Dragunov standing up to Baron Corbin. Says here Baron Corbin out in the ring and decried the way NXT roster had grown lazy and arrogant. And Ilya Dragunov interrupted the challenge him to determine the true number one contender to the NXT Championship. What did you think about this segment and what exactly happened?
So, I mean, it was okay. I mean, NXT last night was, I thought it was good. I thought it was good for the most part. But, this opening segment here was just there for me, honestly. Like, it didn't really, like, get my, my penis going, if you know what I'm saying. I'm just kidding. But, just Baron Corbin being there was like, I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. I really don't. Now, seeing Ilya and Baron Corbin possibly have a match in the future, probably be a good match. Probably be a good match. I still don't care about Baron Corbin being there. Like, it doesn't really, do anything for me at the end of the day. So, but, after that, you had Braun Breaker attack Ilya, so I don't know if... I have no idea if Braun and Ilya is going to have a feud, but Braun, I don't fucking know. But we'll just say the opening segment was okay. There you go.
Why is Braun still in NXT? That's weird.
I mean, I don't know.
He's kind of done.
You're right. No, I agree with you, but he's gonna start his main roster feuds on NXT.
Right. Because I saw that, and we can just jump ahead. Like, Braun Breaker challenged Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship next Tuesday on NXT. So, again, a must-watch show on NXT. It's more than likely going to be a good match. A program possibly with Braun and Ilya, I'd fucking love it. We just had that banger of a match with Ilya and what's his name? I was gonna call him Striker. That's not his fucking name. Dijak. There you go. That was a fucking awesome match, and a fucking match with Ilya and Braun. I want that. I want that because Ilya is gonna bump around like a fucking madman and sell anything that Braun throws at him, literally. So I wouldn't mind that, but Yeah, I mean, I guess we're coming close to SummerSlam. More than likely, Braun's either going to debut at SummerSlam or after SummerSlam. So they don't just want to like have his ass sit at home for like 2 months. They actually want to give him something to do. So why not? So next you had Diamond Mind versus Schism in a mixed tag team match. Schism won by pinfall. Ava Raine got her first pin as a wrestler. So, what'd you think about the match?
It was just a typical Tuesday night NXT match. Wasn't great, but it was just, I guess, to advance stories. Good for Ava Raine getting her first win, so I'm happy for her. And the Creeds look good here. Fucking, Bruce is a damn beast. Julius is a beast. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss the Grizzled Young Veterans when they leave. So, but overall, it was a good match, but it just, wasn't anything special.
All right. Next, you had Blair Davenport re-debuting in NXT. I guess you want to say.
Well, you missed a couple things. First, we missed the Stax and Tony D'Angelo segment where Stax is he visited Tony D'Angelo in jail, and Tony D was like, "Hey, we gotta find out who the rat is," and basically they came to a realization it may be Gallus, but I think Stax is the rat. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how they come up with that storyline. Then Braun Breaker. Not Braun Breaker, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ, man. My head's killing me right now. Him and Robert Stone went to, I guess, like, to the shrink's office, we'll just say. And Von Wagner was like, "Oh, we better leave. I don't want to be here, blah, blah, blah." Then you see then you see the doctor come to the door, who's a good-looking blonde woman, nice figure, and Von Wagner's like, he's like, "You know what? Maybe I should stay." So maybe we should stay after all. And basically, Robert Stone's like, "Oh yeah, let's go in together." He's like, "No, you stay here." And so he goes in with this with the doctor or whatnot, and he makes like this fucking weird ass smile. And yeah, there you go. So those are 2 seconds before the Blair Davenport match.
All right, but yeah, Blair Davenport re-debuting in NXT versus Danny Palmer. Blair got the win. What'd you think?
Blair Davenport, she's money. She's money.
She's really good.
Mrs. Will Ospreay, former Mrs. Will Ospreay. So, I won't say there's an influence there with it, but she worked in Japan. You know what I mean? Like, she worked in Japan. You could clearly see that, that she hits hard. At one point in the match, the Indian Secrets of the match, she grabbed Dane Palmer's arms, did a basically like a V trigger, if you want to say, but just a knee strike to the chin, and did a Falcon Arrow. So so she has a better repertoire than most women already. So to me, she doesn't need to be on the main. She doesn't need to be on NXT. She needs to be on the main roster. But I understand why she's in NXT, because no one knows her yet. I'll probably give her a year, have her win the NXT Women's Championship, then just bring her ass up to the main roster, because she's. To me, I'm not saying that she's revolutionary and everything, but she's really good.
Yeah, she is really good. She has a unique look, and she can fucking work. And maybe being with old Will taught her some things. So,
and she was in Stardom too as well. So so she went up against women like like Tom Nakano and Giulia and. And Mina Shikawa and women like that, you know what I mean, who are hard hitting women there. So good for her, and she had a little stint in AEW as well. So so she's very she's very seasoned already in comparison to some of the other women down there.
Yeah, and we need more women like that. Speaking of women that aren't seasoned, Dana Brooke rolling up to the NXT parking lot saying she's going to be in the Battle Royal. She's a free agent, I guess. Yay. Seeing Tiffany Stratton cuts a promo about how everyone in the Battle Royal is envious of what she has, and nobody was happy for her. Lyra Valkyria is the only one she can imagine winning tonight. Yada, yada, yada. Next, you had Baron Corbin versus Trick Williams. I did see that clip of the match. Baron still coming out to his Happy Corbin music and wearing basketball shorts, which is weird. But Corbin wins with End of Days. What'd you think?
Decent match. It wasn't great, but it was decent. I like Trick Williams. I think he's coming along at a decent rate. He's like to me. I don't really see him being that wrestler on the main roster. I can just see him being like Trick Williams' bodyguard, really just at the end of the day, being a bodyguard to somebody. It doesn't have to be, I said Trick Williams, Jesus Christ. Carmelo Hayes' bodyguard, I'm sorry. But he doesn't have to be, Carmelo Hayes' bodyguard on the main roster. He could be a bodyguard of somebody else's, but, I just don't see, at least right now, I may be wrong, and I have been wrong before about some of these things, but I just don't see him being that guy on the main roster that is really gonna, change things up or become somebody special to where that, we will see him wrestling every single week. Because if you make Trick Williams a single star on the main roster with how he is right now, he ain't getting far. So I think he's better utilized as a bodyguard type. So, and a hype man.
Yeah, he loses his appeal, like you just said. Eventually, you're going to want to train him and just keep him in that role for as long as possible until they feel comfortable with putting him as a singles guy, or he feels comfortable with that. Maybe he's more comfortable with just being the bodyguard, which there's no shame in that. Let's see. Looking on here, Mustafa Ali was interviewed backstage. He's a free agent. He's here with a pen in his hand, ready to write the new chapter where he finally becomes a champion. So I guess Ali's gonna officially be in NXT. What do you think about that?
I'm not speaking about anything about brand split or I'm not speaking about that. I'm not. There's no reason to.
All right. I get you. But I like the idea of Ali being in NXT. I'm just gonna say that he seems like he's happy to be there, and maybe he wants to be there to help the younger wrestlers out. Yeah. So,
with that being said, I do want to see some good matches there with him if they're gonna take advantage of him. But this brand split's a fucking joke. So.
Yeah, you go. You're not wrong.
But again, I will take it back a little bit because he is a free agent. He wasn't signed to a brand, so I'm a little bit more lenient on him than others. So that's okay. And also Baron Corbin because he's a free agent. Dana Brooke, I don't fucking know. You got drafted by Raw. You should be on fucking Raw. You should be on Raw because you suck, but you got drafted by Raw. And you should be on any other show other than fucking Raw. What is so hard about this shit? Like, to me, they didn't really think about this brand split whatsoever. Like, oh yeah, let's just do a brand split this day. Okay, well, what are we gonna do with these guys? Oh my god, man, fuck, I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it already.
All right then. Next, you had Mustafa Ali versus Joe Gacy. Mustafa wins. I imagine that was a pretty decent match, but what'd you think?
It was a good match. Good match. I'm kind of sad that not sad, but I like Joe Gacy. I really like Joe Gacy. I just wish that they could have. I wish he's utilized a little bit better to me. But there's a storyline that is brewing with Joe Gacy and Schism. So we'll see more next week.
All right. Next, you had Eddie Thorpe versus Damon Kemp. What's up? I'm sorry. Eddie Thorpe versus Damon Kemp. Eddie Thorpe won. What'd you think?
Yeah, I like Eddie Thorpe, man. I really think he's going to come into his own. I could see him being in title contention early next year maybe not early next year, but maybe sometime in 2024 being title contention. Really for the North American title. I don't know about NXT titles yet, He needs a little bit more character development, but outside of that, I mean, like another guy that came over from New Japan, so already seasoned already. You know what I mean? So I really think he has a good shot to become somebody. He just needs to get a little bit more character development.
Next, you had Dabakato versus Scripps. Scripps won with a schoolboy. Thoughts?
That was a match.
All right. And then a backstage segment, Joe Gacy is screaming upset about Mustafa Ali, and the Dyad talk him down by reminding him of their own victory. And Ava says one can't root. I don't know what the fuck this is. It says one root can't support a whole tree, and Reed says next week they'll have his back. And then the women's battle royal was starting, I believe. Let's see. Tyler Bate, Mustafa Ali, and Wesley are chatting backstage about the 6-man tag they have next week. Ali says there's some kind of magic between Bate and Lee and says everybody wants to see them go one-on-one for the North American title. Tyler doesn't want to damage their friendship, but Wes says coming to him face-to-face like this, he's fine. And Mustafa has a Money in the Bank qualifier, which is weird. But again, I don't want to get you started on the whole brand split thing again, so I'm just going to leave that alone.
Do you get it now? Do you get why I'm...
I don't want to get you started. So I'm going to head over to the next segment. All right. NXT Women's Championship, number 1 contender, Battle Royal. I know Thea Hale won, which...
Yeah, I'm super happy for her, man. She's awesome.
Oh, no, I like her. I mean, she's super young. But why give it to her, though? I'm just curious.
I think this is gonna be a showcase match to see her development.
Right.
She's not gonna win, but I think this is gonna be her very first pay-per-view match. She's over as hell with the crowd. Like people love Thea. Her energy's infectious. They're gonna do the shtick where she's gonna be the underdog baby face, and she's gonna have close calls against Tiffany Stratton, but doesn't end up being Tiffany Stratton. But to me right now, it's too early to put Roxanne back in that place as of right now. We just saw Lyra Valkyria be in that situation. Gigi Dolan, and I mean maybe that could have been another one there, but I don't know what they're doing with her right now. She beat JC Jane, then gets eliminated early, so I'm not too sure what the situation is with her. And you're not going to put a heel against, Tiffany Stratton, so, Dana Brooke, you're fucking kidding me? Like, you wants to see that fucking shit. So, yeah, I think I'm fine with this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it works. So that's all the shows to review. So we're going to jump into news. The big news of today is the unfortunate passing of the Iron Sheik. He passed away today at the age of 81. In a statement posted to the Iron Sheik's official Twitter account on June 7th, it was announced that Hossein Khosrow Ali Vasiri, better known to the world as Iron Sheik, has passed away peacefully.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, say his name again?
Hossein Khosrow Ali Vasiri.
I thought his name was Cosgrove.
Nope. That is not his name.
I thought his name was Cosgrove.
I don't know, but that's like the most Persian name I've ever seen in my life, and I should know because I'm a Persian.
Khosrow. All right, whatever. Okay.
Khosrow. The K is silent.
Oh. Okay. God damn you, Jim Ross. He says Khosrow for all these years. I thought I was saying it right. Okay, there you go. Never mind then.
There you go. I think that's actually Davari's legit Persian name. It's Khosrow Davari.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go.
But he calls himself Sean Davari. So, I don't know. Anyways, statement read, Today we gather with heavy hearts to bid farewell to a true legend, a force of nature, and an iconic figure who left an incredible mark on the world of professional wrestling. It is with great sadness that we share the news of the passing of the Iron Sheik, but we also take solace in knowing that he departed this world peacefully, leaving behind a legacy that will endure for generations to come. Vasiri leaves behind his wife Carol of 47 years. Jesus Christ. His children Tanya, Nikki, and his son-in-law Eddie, as well as 5 grandchildren and 2 nephews. He was predeceased by his daughter Marissa. Iron Sheik got his start in the 70s before making it to the WWF in 79. Left in 80, came back in 83, dethroned Bob Backlund to capture his one and only WWF Championship before losing it to Hogan, which kickstarted WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, Hulkamania. And then won the Tag Team Championships with Nikolai Volkov at the very first Mania in Madison Square Garden. He also competed at WrestleMania 2 and 3 before winning a gimmick battle royal at WrestleMania 17. Was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 05. His last match took place on the independent scene in 07. So you stopped wrestling. You stopped wrestling a while ago. So, R.I.P. to the Iron Sheik, the Sheiky baby, the Sheiky baby. I break his back, I make him humble, Bubba.
I mean, and you know, we always talk fondly of Sheik on here, so this is not like any fake love or anything like that. So we always talk very fondly of the Sheik, and I'm gonna miss that crazy son of a bitch, man. I tell you that, man. So, yeah, man. Like, if anything, I think the reason why Sheik is so, look very fond of is that he never broke kayfabe. He's always in kayfabe. You don't know if he was kayfabe or shooting, but he was that dedicated to the character, and that's what you need in wrestling. You know what I mean? I wish some of the talent nowadays will keep that. I guess the one of the few wrestlers that keeps kayfabe no matter what situation that they're in is nowadays is MJF. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's any type of. I don't know if MJF saw Sheik as an inspiration or anything like that, but near here or there. But and also what gave Sheik his relevance is that in the wrestling world, at least, is that after his career, he started doing shoot interviews, and he has some of the most legendary rants that you can find on YouTube today. So. Rest in peace, Sheik, man. We'll miss him very much. I never had the chance to meet him, man. But, man, it sucks, man. It really sucks. But, he was in bad health for years and years. So, I'm glad to see now he can, now suplex and break, Ultimate Warriors back in heaven now.
And, his last tweet that he put up was 2 days ago. And it was literally just him saying, fuck Hulk Hogan.
That was his last tweet, but that'd be funny if it was. So,
actually, while we were talking, I pulled up the Iron Tweet's best tweets. Or not the Iron Sheik's best tweets.
He said, fuck the wildfires. That was his last tweet.
He put, if you still sleeping, you are a dumb piece of shit. You get Iron Sheik alarm clock on the iTunes. Or go fuck yourself. That was always his catchphrase. He would just say, go fuck yourself. I wake up, I beat the fuck out of my clock. Don't tell me what fucking time it is. Fuck the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, he was so awesome. What else did he put? Monday, you dumb son of a bitch. Go fuck yourself. Fuck the Monday forever. Fuck the Wednesday or the Thursday, whichever day today is. Fuck it. Oh, man. Fuck the beer.
And believe it or not, I don't know. I mean, this is very. I don't know if you find the footage anywhere, but it was on TV. But I don't know how accessible this footage is immediately. But The Rock was put in the count clutch by the Sheik on. I think it was on Raw or one. It was either on Raw or Superstars. I don't remember, but yeah, back in the day.
Yeah, I did see I saw a clip of that because The Rock actually made a nice little message for Iron Sheik, called him Uncle Sheik. So good on The Rock. Should I keep reading these tweets or should I move on to the next segment?
Yeah, no, whatever you want to do.
He said, "Fuck the beer if it no cold. Somebody grab me a cold beer. # Memorial Day." Oh man, who deserved to get the beer bottle put up their ass till glass break? Make them shit ass blood. Tell me or go fuck yourself. Good night, at Justin Bieber. Fuck you times 1,000,000. Justin Bieber, nice young man. He best singer. April Fool Day. Justin Bieber have squirrel dick and fuck his own ass till he shit his mother out.
Good God, man. Jesus Christ.
Justin Bieber, go fuck yourself. So he didn't like Iron Sheik. Or no, he didn't like Justin Bieber.
She didn't like Bieber.
Oh, man. He apparently didn't like Miley Cyrus either. He put Miley Cyrus win hashtag Golden Globes for whore. Miley Cyrus win Emmy Awards. You are a most embarrassing dumb bitch. I'm gonna break your neck and suplex you forever. Jabroni.
Oh my God.
Good night, Miley Cyrus. Please go fuck yourself. Oh man. Next is Hogan. Happy birthday, Hogan. My gift to you that I didn't break your fucking leg, jabroni. So I guess he really didn't like Hogan, or maybe, like you said, he's just working kayfabe. Animosity toward Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior, only man to make baby from his ass. His baby name is Ultimate Warrior, idiot ass baby. Oh, man. Is there more? Is there more? Is there more? I don't think there's more. Oh, wait. Ultimate Warrior, I love you forever. Okay, I guess he reconciled. Okay, there's too many. We gotta move on. This was fun. But, I remember he said something randomly about Tim Duncan, but it was nice. He was watching the finals where he was like, Tim Duncan, Iron Sheik class, Bubba. So, nice. So Booker T had some interesting words about Lacey Evans. He said, one thing I can always say about my female wrestlers, I always tell them never lose your femininity, never lose your sex appeal. Men, they come to see you wrestle, but more importantly, they come to see you. And Lacey Evans playing a military character is taken away from a lot of assets that she has that she could always use. He also said, I just don't think where the world is right now, we're going to need a savior like Sergeant Slaughter coming in to save America. We need to see characters that get over, you know? The Rhea Ripleys, the Charlotte Flairs, the Bianca Belairs, just real people. They're just coming out and making you feel a certain way when you see them walk out of that curtain. So I talked about that first quote about, you know, sex appeal, where I put up, I just said jokingly, you know, Booker T's quote, tell me he just didn't say that, which I was just saying to be a joke. Like, I know what he means, and he's right, you know, because you look at Rhea's whole thing is she's mommy, and she's selling sex, but she's still not losing sight of who she is as a wrestler and who her character is. Like, she knows what she's doing when she pins people the way she does. You know, she knows guys out there have that sick fantasy of being dominated by her, and maybe girls too. So, you know, and then, Charlotte doesn't really sell sex, but I think Charlotte gets it. You know, Bianca doesn't really sell sex, but she likes to wear shorter shorts now, so she gets it. Liv Morgan likes to sell sex every now and then, but whatever. But yeah, Lacey, I think he's right about Lacey. And I can imagine people are going to want to come after him for that, but this is my first time actually reading more of that quote instead of just the quote I saw. Which, yeah, they need more characters, and it's like, with Lacey, it's just like they've given her so many characters, and like we just mentioned earlier in the show, the Southern Belle gimmick, regardless of what you thought about it, at least got her over. You know, she main evented a show, and she was wearing revealing clothing, you know, while she was doing that gimmick, and then she started doing, you know, the tough, you know, badass military gimmick, and it's one of those things where it should have landed, but it didn't, because I remember when they started doing it, they literally just put a camera on her and made her talk about her dad killing her, her dad killing himself, and it just felt really awkward and out of place, and just, I don't know, the whole badass military gimmick, it should have worked a lot better than it did, but it just hasn't. But what are your overall thoughts on Booker's comments?
I agree. That's all I can say. I agree. I mean, you know, I mean, it's wrestling at the end of the day. Like, we need to have that great balance, and how Booker explained it. I agree on about 90%. There's about a little bit I disagree on, but overall I agree with them.
What's the little bit that you disagree on?
I mean, I guess it doesn't really define a woman's wrestler that we need to see. Like for example, right? Shayna Baszler, right? I mean, she's not, to me, in my opinion, she's not a great looking woman, right?
Also, penis makes her want to throw up, but that's another story.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like, penis probably wants to, Dakota Kai. You probably say thing for Dakota Kai, but she's a good-looking woman too. So, but
it depends on the woman. But yeah, definitely.
Right, but anyway, regardless, how should I say? I just don't really think that portion is really, like, I get it. Like, you need good looking women and them being badasses too. But if you're just a badass, like NXT Shayna Baszler, like, we didn't care. You know what I mean? She was going in, beating people's asses. She had outside of Asuka, she had the most dominant NXT title reign. But outside of that, like I said, I agree with them. So,
all right. What else should I pick? SummerSlam has sold nearly 97% capacity, over half available tickets resale. Set for August the 5th at Detroit's Ford Field. We'll be here before you know it. Based on WWE's current setup, nearly 97% I just mentioned. Current setup is 44,604. They've already sold 40,231 tickets. They have 4,373 tickets left, and they have 2,893 resale left. So, pretty good. I mean, it's looking to be a big
Very
show.
Good.
I mean, it's the biggest show of the summer for a reason. But I mean, the matches that we have on file. I mean, not on file, but on the docket.
Paper.
I mean, whatever match Cody and Brock ends up being. I mean, hopefully it is the match that we think it is, but I doubt WWE's going to let it happen. You might even have Roman and Solo versus the Usos. You'll have other big matches. So, matter of fact, we don't even know what matches are going to happen at SummerSlam, and that's crazy to think about. That this show is almost sold out, and there hasn't even been a match announced. So it's pretty nuts to think about. But speaking of big shows, so Vic Joseph, current NXT announcer, was on, what podcast was he on? I think it was Chris Van Fleet, if I'm not mistaken. His goal in life is to call the main event of WrestleMania. He says, because we talk about the talent that's in the ring, there's only one main event of each night of Mania. There's only so many main events that have happened at Mania. There's been countless matches, but there's only been one or two main events. I want to call a main event of Mania. I've called matches at Mania. I've called championship matches at WrestleMania, but I've never called the main event. I like Vic Joseph. I mean, I think he's a pretty good announcer. I wouldn't call him my favorite announcer, but he does a good job because he at least sounds engaged. He sounds more like I would say like a game show announcer more than a wrestling announcer. Like he definitely has that kind of friendly, warming voice. I mean, he seems like a good dude. So I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, when Michael Cole retires, I mean, they're gonna need somebody else. So, Vic Joseph looks like to be the one in line for that. So, yeah, I mean, if he sticks around, eventually we'll call a main event at WrestleMania. So,
but what do you think about Vic Joseph overall?
He's good. I like him.
Do you see him?
I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, but like all these WWE announcers nowadays, they just sound generic, vanilla. Like, but I like them. You know what I mean? I do like them, but no one really stands out. I like, that's why I really like more Ronaldo, even though there's some people who hate him. But at least he was different. At least he stood out. At least like you knew his name. Like there's probably some casuals out there that they don't know the difference between, Vic Joseph and the other numbnuts on Monday night. Kevin Patrick. So it's like, at the end of the day, everyone sounds the same, generic. I mean, even with some of the backstage, announcers, like before a while, Charlie Caruso and Caleb Braxton, I couldn't tell who was who. You know what I mean? But after they've been around for so long, like you know their names or whatnot. But like when Dasha Fuentes was there, like she was fucking horrific. So WWE is very cooker-curly, even with the commentary as well. So I like Vic Joseph, but at the end of the day, it's just very cookie cutter. It's not so like to me. It's like it like I don't know if it's a real person doing the commentary or if it's a robot.
Yeah, WWE likes their robots, but again, like Vic Joseph, so that'd be nice. It'd be good for him. I'd be happy for him if he got to
absolutely
if he got to call a main event of WrestleMania. Other news. Drew McIntyre becomes a American citizen. The website reported this week that the former two-time WWE champion became a naturalized American citizen in recent weeks since he's been off television. There's been a lot going on in McIntyre's life outside of the squared circle, from becoming a U.S. citizen to the tragic passing of his sister-in-law Ashley last month. While those two major life events may be related to the five-time world champion, recent absence from WWE, it hasn't stopped speculation online about McIntyre's future with the company and pro wrestling in general. According to Mike Johnson, there's still no update to McIntyre's status. He has yet to come to an agreement with WWE on a contract extension. McIntyre's contract reportedly retires in early 2024. I mean, we're already in June. That's about to be, 7 months away, whenever that does happen. Mm-hmm. But overall, I mean, I don't know if maybe we did talk about this on an earlier show, but like, what do you see happening with McIntyre?
It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. He can stay in WWE or he can leave. To me right now it's 50-50. So I don't really, I'm not leaning to one or the other right now. I think it's 50-50 right now. But if he does leave, he does have options out there for sure. But as of right now, I'm 50-50 on it. I don't really have any lean if he's gonna stay or he's gonna go. But I mean, he has every right to leave if he, if he wants to leave. I mean, he has the right to do so. So, but yeah. But he does have options out there with other companies if he wants to pursue that.
So if, say he doesn't stay with WWE, do you see him going to like New Japan or maybe like an Impact just to maybe spice things up? Because I can't see him going to AEW because that's just, they don't know how to book big guys. But
yeah, I don't really want to even get into any much of AEW talk right now. But
right.
I will say that I see Japan being an option for sure. Yeah, definitely see Japan being an option. Yeah, that'll be something different for him as well, and he'll be the biggest gaijin there for sure. So
yeah, definitely. Last bit of news that I have on the docket: Jeff Jarrett, your boy, files trademark for the term heat. Jarrett is evidently consumed with the concept of heat that he is now looking to own the trademark for it. With the help of gimmick attorney Michael Dawkins, Double J filed a trademark heat this past Thursday. The filing further reveals Jeff is seeking to trademark the term for uses such as entertainment in the nature of wrestling contests, wrestling exhibits, performances by a wrestler, live and personal appearances, television appearances, pro wrestling news, and providing online interviews featuring wrestlers. As of this writing, Jeff Jarrett hasn't publicly commented on his trademark attempt and whether he plans to incorporate heat into his current AEW character or use it outside the company. In addition to his AEW duties, Jarrett has continued his My World podcast with Conrad. Any thoughts on that at all?
Not baby.
No thoughts, baby.
I mean, sure. I mean, we can do whatever the hell he wants. So, maybe that's probably gonna be a faction name, or I'm not sure. But yeah. Just kind of curious on what this means and how this can be something. This to me, it could be a group name. It'll be kind of interesting to see on what comes out of it for sure. I'll be paying attention to that and see what development comes out of it.
All right. Well, that's all the news from me. What do you got?
Nothing other than just the Raw rating in the NXT ring. So Raw on Monday had a 1.8 million people watch Raw. The 18 to 49 demographic is at a 0.56. So it doesn't show me if it was up or down from last week as far as that particular reign itself. I think. Hold on, let me see. Raw. Well, it looks like the viewership went up, so the viewership did go up. But I'm trying to find the rating here. Let's see. It looks. Oh yeah, the rain went up as well. So viewership went up and rain went up for Raw. So yeah, good. And it was a good show. Very good show, Raw. So yeah, so very good for Raw. NXT, I know it went up as well, but it was at 615,000 viewers. It was at 0.17 8 to the 49 rating demographic, and it was number 5 in cable on Tuesday night. And yeah, it looks like the rating, it went up just a smidge there. And same thing for the viewership. It looks like it just went up just a smidge there. So WWE overall, looks like they have their reigns going up, especially SmackDown. SmackDown did tremendous on the 18 to 49, number 1 cable last Friday. So good for WWE. They're getting the proper demographics and they're appealing to the right demographics. So it seems like younger people are watching the show. And that can mean something down the road too as well. So with securing fans for the future. So, but yeah, I think you went over everything as far as news reports is concerned. Let's see, and we kind of indirectly. Oh yeah, I got one more here. Emma and Rick Moss got engaged. Good for them. Yeah, they got engaged. So, yeah, I think it was last Sunday. That they got engaged. So yeah, Emma came back to WWE, and now she's engaged to Rick Moss, and she's now she's working with her fiance now. So very happy for them. Very happy for them. So
yeah, same.
And she tweeted, or I think it was on Instagram, but she said, "I said yes 1,000,000 times in my head before you even asked." So. Yeah.
Congrats.
That makes me jealous. That makes me jealous, but happy for them.
Seem like a nice couple, and
yeah. So good for them. They seem very happy, and wish them all the best in their future marriage for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Happy marriage for these two.
Every marriage. Yep, absolutely. All right, but that's all I got as far as news is concerned.
All right, and then you had that. Dave.
Oh yeah. So we'll just go over the shows real quick. So I want you to guess, what each rating of the match was that you think that Dave Meltzer gave the match.
All right.
And basically, I'll tell you what the actual rating of the match is, and you see if we agree with it or not. If we agree with the match or not. So this shouldn't be long. It should just be pretty quick, I think. But we'll start off with NXT Battleground. Mm-hmm. So the first match was Wesley versus Tyler Bate versus Joe Gacy for the North American title. So what did you think Dave Meltzer gave that match in star rating?
I mean, it was a pretty good match.
Yeah.
Probably 4 stars, if I had to guess.
3.5 stars.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have. I don't think I would give it 4 stars. Honestly, I think 3. I think 3.25. I think it was close to a 4-star, but yeah, he gave that 3.5. So
All right.
What would you say? You said 4 stars. You think you would have given that 4 stars?
I would have given it 4 stars. It was a good match. I mean, Wesley is really freaking good. So, I mean, any match he has is usually the best match. So, I would have given it 4, at least. But 3.5, I guess, sounds fair. It's fair.
Okay. Next was Noam Dar versus Dragon Lee for the Heritage Cup. So, what did you think Meltzer gave that win?
I wasn't too nuts about the match personally. I guess 4. I guess 3.5 or I'm gonna go with 4 because that seems like something like Meltzer would like.
He did 3.25. 3.25. So, personally, I would have maybe gave it 3.5. I think 3.5. I think for that match, I think I liked it more than others. But what would you give that match overall on your scale?
Probably, I think Meltzer's is probably fair enough. Not that I thought that the match was bad. I didn't think either guy was bad. I thought the match was just too much. Like the rules just weren't clear enough for me. So I would say maybe like a 3.5.
Okay, fair enough. Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak, last man standing match. What did you think Meltzer gave this match?
Now, if you ask me what I would give this match, this was a match of the year candidate. This is a fucking 5-star match. I mean,
absolutely, yes.
Ilya's fucking great. Dijak is a great big man that could work with any small guy, and
right.
This was awesome. This should have been a 5-star match, but I'm pointing to you.
well, no, I'm asking you, what did you think Dave gave it?
Well, that's what I was kind of segueing doing was you saying the rating, but
no, you're supposed to guess what you think he gave it.
I was trying to be clever. It's Dave, so I guess like 4.5.
He gave it 4.75. Give it 4.75, and I was like, come on, man, you could have gave us 5 stars. If this was in Chicago, you would have gave it 5 stars, but. Nevertheless, I thought it was a 5-star match. I thought it was an amazing match. Definitely a match of the year candidate. It was just so brutal, and Ilya was wearing the bruises on NXT on Tuesday, so I thought that was a 5-star match. But he gave it 4.75, which is close to enough to a 5-star match as you can get as far as his rating is concerned. So. Mm-hmm. Next we have the Gallus Boys versus the Creeds for the tag team titles. What did you think? What did you think Dave gave this match?
I mean, not crazy about this. I'm not really crazy about Gallus. No, just they don't seem to work for me, and it doesn't seem like they're working for the crowd either. So I would say I gave it a 3. I would guess Dave would give it maybe like a 3.5, 3/4.
He gave it 3.25. So. Close. You're very close on the 3.5, but yeah, 3.25 for this match. I think I'm right there. What he gave it, I didn't really think this match was blew me away or anything like that. So, Lyra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton for the not WWE, but the NXT Women's Championship. What did you think Dave gave this match?
Ooh. Well, this doesn't have Britt Baker or any Japanese woman in it, so can't imagine he loved it. I thought it was an okay match. I just thought it was too long. I would probably give it like maybe a 3.5. Dave probably gave this maybe roughly around the same rating, like a 3.5.
You gave it 3.5, yeah. I think I'm right there with them on that one. I think it's about 3.5 as well. So,
all right.
Good, and as I mentioned too, I thought this was just a good showcase match between two of the new women on NXT, and to see what they can do. And I thought they delivered for what they were given. So, all right, main event for Battleground: Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker for the NXT title. What did you think Dave gave this match?
Thought it was an okay match. Wasn't anything crazy or perfect. It did its job. If it was me, I'd give it maybe a 3.5, 3.7, or 3.75. I can imagine Dave might have given this a 3.5, 3.75.
He gave this one 4 stars. 4 stars.
Wow.
I mean, I'm at 3-3. I'm at 3 3/4, so I'm like right there, somewhat with him. But yeah. So I think that our opinions were kind of close-ish on this. Even with the Dijak and Ilya. I mean, he could have gave it 5 stars. He really could have. That should have been a 5-star match, but he gave it 4 3/4. So like that's as close as you can to get a 5-star match. If you would have gave a match like, oh, that's a 2-star match, then been like, okay, like no, what the fuck are you watching, type of thing. So, but any final thoughts about this before we move on to Night of Champions?
I mean, yeah, a lot of us are kind of. I mean, we were kind of close. I mean, I think I was kind of close on his predictions. I mean, I'm a little bit baffled that, like, just give fucking Dijak a 5-star match. Like, come on. If this were Gunther, you give him a 5-star match. And I'm not shitting on Gunther. I'm just saying, like, you put Gunther in this match, he would have gave it 5 stars. And
but it would have been. I think it probably would have.
Oh yeah.
A better match. I think it would have been a better match.
Yeah. Again, I know it sounds like I'm shitting on Gunther, and I think I was trying to make a point, and now it just sounds like I made a better match. But
Right.
I made a match that was already great into an even greater match. So
exactly.
What do I know? Anyways, forget what I said. Move on.
No worries. All right. So Night of Champions here. So I'll start from the top here. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. What do you think that Dave gave this match?
4 stars, because I would have probably given it 4 stars.
You gave it 4 1/4.
Okay.
4 1/4. So, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that 4 1/4. 4, definitely 4, but I don't know if I agree with that 4 1/4 though.
It was a good match. It wasn't.
It really was.
It wasn't great. It probably could have gone on for maybe a little longer, but I digress.
No, anyway. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. What do you think he gave this match?
It's weird because like everybody kind of had the same opinion about this match. The build-up sucked, but the match was actually really good. I probably anywhere between like maybe 3.75 and 4.
He gave his match 3 1/4.
Wow.
I thought this match was better than what I was expecting. If I had to give an overall rate, I think probably 3.5, maybe. I think 3.5 would be okay, but he gave it 3 1/4.
All right.
Alrighty. Next match, Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. What do you think he gave this match?
Well, it's Gunther, so it has to be at least in the 4s, or at least like the highest is 5, so it has to be in the 4s at least. So I would say anywhere between 4 and 4.5.
He gave it 3.75.
Wow.
I think it was because of the match length, and because I think the match only went like 8 minutes. So
it was still a good match. Like,
oh no, it was really good, but that's probably the reason why he rated the match that way, because of the length. So, I would have gave this maybe gave this a 4 1/4, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm overrating it or not, but I think 4 1/4. I think for me, I think that would probably been the way to go. So, alrighty, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. What do you think he gave this match?
Anywhere between maybe 3.5. I would say 3.5.
3.5. He gave Bianca Belair and Asuka a 3 1/4. So right there, on that. So, well, what would you give this match personally?
Probably right around there. I mean, I thought the match was better than the Mania match.
Yeah.
It had a better ending. The ending made sense. I wasn't crazy about the match. Wasn't crazy about the feud either. But yeah, it was an okay match.
Right. Okay. Got you there. Second to last match here, co-main event. You have Cody versus Brock Lesnar. What would you give this match overall? I'm sorry, not what would you? We'll talk about that in a second. What do you think Dave gave this match overall?
Well, it's Cody, so it has to be at least like maybe 3.5 or anywhere between 4. So I would. I mean, I like this better than the Backlash match. So I would give it a 4. Dave, I would imagine it's anywhere between 3.5 and 4.
He gave us a 4-star.
Oh, okay. So I was close.
Yeah. So he gave us some 4-star. We already know how I feel about this match, but yeah, near here nor there. But yeah, he gave it a 4-star match. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and main event for the World Tag Team Championships: Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. What did you think Dave gave this match?
Overall, I liked the match. I thought the moment, which we've talked about this a lot with Sami Zayn, the moment I think meant a lot more than the actual match itself. Not that the match was bad, so I would probably give the match like anywhere between like a 4, maybe like 4/4. Dave, I would say maybe roughly around the same.
So Dave gave this match, tag team title match here at Night Champions, a 4.5 stars.
Oh wow, okay.
4.5 stars. So, I would have probably. I think I probably would have put it maybe right there. I think right there. I think it's like a low 4.5, if that makes sense. Not like a for sure 4.5, but like, you know, I don't disagree with that. You know what I mean? So.
No, I get you.
Okay. Cool. Any other closing thoughts about Meltzer's star ratings for Night of Champions?
I'm a little perplexed that he didn't give Gunther's match a higher rating. God damn it! Why did they have to show Ray Allen hitting at 3 in Game 6? Fuck him. I'm a little surprised at that. I mean, the other matches I think were, yeah, I guess they're fair ratings.
All right. Yeah, that was pretty much it, though. I thought that was pretty neat to do. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, I thought you had the double or nothing ones.
Nope, not doing AEW.
Why are you mad at AEW?
I'm not mad at AEW.
All right, guys. That was the show. Bit it out 2 hours and 7 minutes. So a pretty fun show. Lots of interesting news topics to talk about.
Yep, absolutely.
This
and Joker. Sorry to interrupt, but Joker got. He's the first player in NBA history to get 30 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists in a finals game. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I got the finals on right now. They're about to win Game 3, and gonna go up 2-1. So,
yep.
Good on Denver. I guess since we're talking about basketball, Chris Paul is getting released by the Suns.
Yep.
He will be a free agent this summer. Where do you see him getting signed?
I don't know. Detroit.
Why Detroit?
Because he likes Monty Williams, and he could help develop the young core there.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But I think that how should I say? I think he wants to play with a top contender. So there's LA. I don't know.
I don't see him and LeBron meshing well together, though.
I mean, they're best friends. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, so was him and Melo, and that didn't work out.
But Melo is a shooter, and he needs to have the ball in his hands all the time. Chris Paul, yes, he doesn't need the ball in his hands, but he's a passer. He's a pass first, not a shot first. Point guard.
Chris Paul's also about to be 40, so again, I don't see it working. Personally.
Oh, well, no, I don't see Chris Paul playing 40 minutes a night. But like, if you could get him off the bench for about a good, 18 to 22 minutes in the regular season, like he'll be fine.
Apparently, Kyrie wants LeBron to come to Dallas.
No, that won't happen. That won't work either.
And Udonis Haslem is the oldest NBA player to play in the NBA Finals at 42 years old.
No, well, yeah, well, I'm the oldest player to get his dick sucked behind the bleachers on a Friday night.
You are?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wow. That's pretty impressive. But well,
I still get it up, baby.
I'm back, baby. I'll hit it from the back, baby. I'll hit it from the front, baby.
There you go.
Oh man, it's too sweet, baby. And I know I just said I was about to end like twice. Dark Side of the Ring newest episode came out yesterday. Magnum TA. Pretty good episode. This one doesn't really end on a downer. I mean, Magnum TA, as a lot of people know, was on his way to becoming a huge star over in was it Crockett Wrestling? NWA. I'm sorry, yeah, Crockett. And unfortunately had a car accident that cost him his career, but didn't let him down. He's still living his life, got remarried, had kids, and he's I think they say he started like his own business. They didn't really mention what it was, but he seems like he's doing pretty well. He seems happy. So I mean, it's nice seeing an episode of Dark Side of the Ring where it's not a complete downer. You know, because the Candido one, I mean, that was obviously a downer for multiple reasons, and like every other episode of Dark Side of the Ring. But like, oh, this one was refreshing because like the guy's still alive. He's living his life. He's happy. So good on Magnum TA.
I love watching old Magnum TA matches and promos, things like that. You can clearly see that this guy was the future. You can clearly see it. He had a great spine buster, had a great look. The fans loved him. You know what I mean? And it's funny now because there's gonna be people who are actually gonna go back and watch Magnum TA. I was fucking watching him for years, and you can clearly see that he was gonna be the world champion. Him and Ric Flair. Like instead of Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, that was supposed to be Ric Flair and Magnum TA. You know what I mean? But everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I mean, I just wish that he was utilized in wrestling in some fashion. I mean, he was utilized after his car accident. He was a commentator for Crockett and WCW in the early years, so he was doing that for a little bit. But like, I know he's like way out of the wrestling business now. But like, but I just wish he would have stayed in it, and I wish they could have use what he had, what he still had, which was his brain and his experience from wrestling to give. But for obvious reasons, like he stepped away from it. So, but glad he's still alive. Glad he's still glad he's healthy. I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad that he found peace with himself and all that stuff. So happy for him.
Next episode is going to be about Adrian Adonis. Don't know much about him, so
Yeah, obviously. So he was like he was Goldust before Goldust.
Mm-hmm.
So
didn't he make I think he made like a music video? Didn't he call like a music video called "I Love Me" or something?
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. You may be right, but I don't remember that.
After that is Doink the Clown, Junkyard Dog, Marty Jannetty. That's going to be wild.
They said that was going to shake the core.
I bet.
Maybe check the core of WWE. I'm not sure, but that's apparently that's the rumors on that. So we'll see.
Bam Bam Bigelow, Abdullah, Bash at the Beach 2000.
Yes, that's so fucking good. Hulk Hogan, you big bald son of a bitch, kiss my ass.
You will never see that piece of shit on this program ever again. Love it. The Graham family, so who is it? Mike Graham, and who's the other Graham brother?
Mike Graham and Eddie Graham.
All right. Originally, there was supposed to be a Mike Awesome episode, but his family pulled out at the last minute.
Oh wow! I wish they would have pulled out when they were conceiving him.
Oh God!
I'm just kidding.
Well, no, because I think his wife is still, or his widow, right. Wife, whatever you want to call her, she's still alive. But I guess she got cold feet. Which I mean, I don't blame her. I mean, who wants to relive a lot of that trauma. And then I guess his family did the same thing too. So who knows? They might save it for next year. Who knows? But
yeah, we'll see. Have to wait and see. Yeah.
Overall, did you get a chance to watch the Candido episode?
I have not. No.
Yeah, it's pretty good. My only thing is I wish it was at least like 2 episodes, kind of like how they've been doing with like the past seasons, where like the Benoit one was 2 episodes, the Pillman one was 2 episodes, because like the first part is about Chris mainly, and then it's just like they just kind of like skim over Sunny, where it's like, oh, and she got arrested. I would have figured like a 2-parter mainly about Sunny and seeing how she's doing. Would have been the way.
Yeah,
to go.
what are they gonna spend like 30 minutes talking about her porn star run?
Probably. I mean, because they did mention towards the end of the episode that they reached out to Sunny, but her legal counsel advised her not to do it, which I guess makes sense because she's currently. I don't know if she's in jail currently or she's on trial, but she killed a guy.
Yep.
After crashing into him after she didn't have a fucking license. So.
Yeah. She has to have like that breathalyzer thing to start a vehicle, and yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was the original idea. Is they wanted to do a 2-parter, but they couldn't get Sunny, so it would have been weird just having 45 minutes of people saying, "Yeah, Sunny's a bitch," but
yeah.
Yeah, that's really about it. That's the whole season for Dark Side of the Ring. But other than that, we're good for tonight. This Saturday is going to be the Q&A show, the first Q&A show of the month. So if you haven't already, get your questions in. Even if you want to put in some more questions, you can do that as well. And next Wednesday is episode 300. So it's going to be a pretty packed show. I'm trying to bring in some people on, even if it's just to come in and talk for a little bit. But yeah, next episode is 300. Same time, same channel. So be there. Be there. Be there. Be square, people. But anyways, guys, we're done for the night, and we'll see you this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Peace out.
Peace.